My name's Rhapsody, his name's Alexa, and welcome back to Slay the Spire Draft Champions. There is a special kind of draft going on today. Why don't you tell us what's going on, Alexa?
I would be happy to, Raps. Today we're gonna do a Slay the Spire Draft Champions draft.
Champions.
Which, yeah, it seems weird, right? But it's gonna work out, and we don't have to lay down the relics and then pick out all the boss relics. I did it beforehand. So here's how it's going to work today. We are gonna lay down 3 cards in front of us. Then we're going to take turns drafting. So we'll flip the die to figure out who goes first, but each of us will have 7 drafts here. And whoever's turn it is going to take 1 card for themselves and then 1 card for their opponent. So we're going to be pseudo drafting each other's decks while also drafting our own. And then the 3rd card just gets trashed just to see where life takes us.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it's going to be a really good time. Also, it gives us like a lot of an avenue for strategy to kind of like mess up the other person's deck, give them an awful card that's unplayable or something.
For sure. We also are doing a full diverse, no watcher plus replay. So Ironclad, Silent, Defect, and then plus the replay, the Spire cards as well. So let's do a little one of these. Flip. It's a silent run today.
Ooh, drawing 2 extra cards at the very start is actually going to be very impactful here.
Yeah.
Because that's half of your deck in your opening hand. Hopefully it's not the half of the deck the opponent gave you.
Yeah, oh wow, that's really true. Yeah, we're only doing 14 cards for this deck instead of the normal 15, just to make the picks equal on both sides. So, you want heads or tails, Reps?
Why don't you hit me with one of those tails?
A little tails action today. You're gonna get hit with a Sonic instead.
Boom.
That's tail. Yeah. Okay.
I've learned the ways of the coin. I am
you
one
have
with
mastered.
the mint.
You have mastered the art of the coin. Okay, here we go. Go ahead. Pick the one that you want, and then the one for me to have.
Okay, Hellfire. I'm pretty sure.
That's 2 strength at the start of your turn. 1 strength at the start of your turn? Something like that.
I think it might be 1 strength at the start of your turn, and when you evoke it, you gain a strength or 2 strength or something?
Something like that. I think that was a good card, maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm looking at it, I'm like, that might be too good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give myself Bludgeon. You can have Recycle. I am so sorry, but the fun card has to go away.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Alright, my go. I'm going to take Dodge and Roll. And look, you can have the Cool Headed. I think it's an okay card, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you.
To get, but
much appreciated. All right. Interesting.
These are interesting.
See,
I think I know what you'll do, but
see, I could take Turbo and then, make my more expensive cards easier to play, and obviously I've got draws, so obviously I want a little bit extra energy for that reason as well. But giving you Turbo seems like a real fun way to kind of ruin your life, because you have nothing to do with it at the moment. And then I could take like Beam Cell and trash Carnage.
You could. Dude, this is a good modifier for the draft. This is good. I'm liking this. Okay. Yikes, brother. Big yikes. I am going to take a... Ooh. I'm gonna take a Pommel. You can have Thunderstrike.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be able to deal 7 damage to a random enemy for each lightning I never channel. Channel.
Exactly. Yep. You nailed it. What the hell's going on here, dude?
Ooh, okay. Bag of Tricks. Choose X. Apply 5 poison, add 3 shivs to your hand, gain 7 block, draw 2 cards, or gain 2 energy next turn. So if I cast that with 5, I have the ability to get all of those effects. There's also Toxin Wave and Well-Laid Plans. Interesting.
Never seen Bag of Tricks before, and that is insane.
Yeah, it's really cool because it has basically the ability to be almost any card. Like, play it for 1, it can be Deadly Poison, or it can be an unupgraded Blade Dance. Sorry, an upgraded Blade Dance. Or it can be, you know, an upgraded Defend, kind of. Or it can be a backflip. Yeah. It's really cool. It's actually so versatile, maybe I want it. Yeah, sure. Heck, I'll take it, and you can have Toxin Wave.
Okay. I'm actually maybe okay with that. Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh, this is just horrendous, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Evolve, and I think I want to give you RNG, even though I don't think I want to give you RNG because you're actually maybe able to use it, which is disgusting. But I also really don't want you to have extra energy, so I guess I'm giving you RNG. I don't know,
it's gonna be interesting. You are right in the, like, my deck is extremely energy hungry, and if I keep getting energy high cards and no energy to play them, I'm gonna be pretty sad about it.
Yeah. You could take Might here again if you want.
I'm fine, thanks. Although, like, if I cast it for 2, it just refunds 2 back, and then I get, like, attacks deal 25% more damage for 2 rounds.
That's true. Yeah.
I like Beam Cell a lot. Sorry, Backstab. I like Backstab a lot.
Backstab is good.
All right, I'm gonna give myself Backstab. You can have Might, and then Overclock goes to this card.
Okay.
Not giving you Overclock with Evolve.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Oh my god, this is so terrible for friggin' me to give you that. So I am going to... Oh, screw it, dude. I'll take Uncanny Aura.
Ooh.
And then you can have Iron Wave. But I don't like it at all.
I like that you've got the Uncanny Aura as well as... oh, no, wait, you don't have the Retain. Oops. But you will have things like Void and possibly other statuses. You might go for, like, a really, really cool status deck.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but I'm with it.
I'm super interested to see how that goes. Okay, this is a little bit of a weird one.
This is a weird one that I am super down with whatever you give me.
I'm gonna take Leap because I want some defense. I'm gonna give you Weight Training.
Okay.
And then I'll throw away the Bouncing Flask. I'm also gonna say here that Exhaustive it will exhaust after this many plays. It's a unique keyword to replay the Spire.
Very true. Okay, so we're sitting at 9 each.
Yep.
Still got 5 more rounds of this trash. Okay. Are we gonna do this? I can't afford that for sure. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
I do.
It's good.
I do.
It is good. Okay. I'm gonna take Fluid Movement, and you can have the Atom Bomb.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I am one Snecko-Eye from, like, running game.
Yeah, I'm banking on no Snecko, but yeah.
Yeah, well.
I don't want to give you Barrage because you're 1 orb away from hell, or orb slot away from hell, and there's several cards that add orb slots in replay, so it's a little dicey. Yeah, it's like real good.
I'm gonna take Double Tap. You can have Rebound. That's gonna go away. One of my first episodes with Replay the Spire was abusing the absolute hell out of Atom Bomb. I can't remember what its effect used to be, but it was cheaper and it had a higher effect, and I had the ability to play like 5 of them each turn. It was ridiculous. I have such good memories of, like, a lot of these mods, of, like, how I used to break with some of these cards, and then they got changed.
Yeah. Okay. This is a weird one, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take...
I will say, I'm pretty sure that Crystal evokes...
When evokes, it adds an orb slot, which is why you didn't even need to tell me. I was well aware that you were not getting it.
For people not super familiar with Replay the Spire, it's when it evoked and you have fewer than 3 orb slots, I believe, it will add an orb slot.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Oh, sneak up! Sneak up! So good.
Yeah.
Gain 1 intangible, discard all attacks in hand, refund 2, so you get back to the energy you spent on it. It is innate, it is exhaust, and ethereal. Well, I mean, I'm gonna take it.
Have fun.
No ifs, ands about that one. I don't know how you would be able to abuse Poison Smokescreen, but I don't want to give you anything you can abuse, so here, have prepared. Whoops.
Okay.
I was apparently pretty attached to that one. Sorry.
Yeah, really. All right. Oh, dude, this deck is weird. This is final right here, so
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take Abandon in the weirdest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have...
God, I am so interested to see how your deck is gonna play because you have 3
it's not
sources of
gonna-
damage.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna. I'm in hell, brother, but that's beside the point. I don't know, dude. Take defrag.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I don't really want you being able to recurse any orbs whatsoever. That not a fan.
That's fair. I totally understand.
These are two weird as hell decks, man. Like, just really weird.
I mean,
Okay, we're gonna flip again.
you almost have paupers. You can just throw away reboot in order to get paupers.
Oh yeah, no, I will 100%. Yeah, that was, trust me, that was another thing that I did by giving you Thunder Strike and RNG and Atom Bomb is you can't remove all of them. So,
watch me.
I mean, you could, but you won't. I know you.
Fair.
Okay, heads or tails on relics?
Oh, it's heads.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I will take the next 2 you can have first.
Oh, okay. It's gonna take
I
me a
can't believe
moment.
there's one that's actually okay for you here.
There's one that's actually okay.
Yeah. Like, surprisingly okay.
Good lord. I am apparently blind. I'm a blindman.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's good, but it's okay.
No sources of weak. I mean, there's almost no turn I'm not going to be playing some sort of an attack.
There's a lot of turns I won't be playing attacks, brother. I don't have that many attacks.
That is true. Art of War looks real good for you.
Yeah.
I don't really debuff myself that much. I have a debuff that I provide to myself from Atom Bomb, but how likely am I going to be able to play a power and a skill on the same turn? I mean, I could remove things at the merchant for 50 and then get all of the rare cards out of here just to flex on you.
You could.
See,
Don't think you want to do that.
I don't like any of these, actually.
I was thinking that gold-plated cables would actually be okay for you to provide some extra value to the orbs you're going to be putting in.
Yeah, I mean, it's possibly up to 2 extra block a turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Mercury Hourglass.
Okay. I'm going to take Art of War and Maw-Bank.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Bottled Flame and make Backstab innate.
Honestly, Bottled Flame on Atom Bomb is scary to me. But
It is a little. It's just I
you
need
can't
to get
use it
extra
at the beginning.
energy.
Yep.
And also, it runs into problems with Sneak Up, because Sneak Up will make me discard it.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Although there will be fights where, you know, I'm fine with discarding it in the opening hand because I don't need it in the opening hand. I mean, actually, hang on. Now that I'm thinking about that more, the idea of having Sneak Up and Atom Bomb in the opening hand is really good because they are good for different fights. Uh-oh, I got disconnected. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello? I got disconnected from the lobby client and server.
Really? It does say that you are connecting back.
Mm-hmm. Well, I select the bottled flame. I'm gonna put it on the atom bomb. I've already taken a screenshot, so we can actually just jump out into
yeah,
STS and set this up.
Yeah, Steam servers just died because I got kicked out of my own game.
Okay.
So.
Well, good thing STS
Okay.
is single player.
Yeah. All right. We'll set up the thing and we'll catch you guys in game.
Cool, cool. See you there. And we're back. We are fully loaded in with all of our cards and relics. Are you ready for a good run here?
The good is not the word that I would use, but a run, I'm ready.
Okay, I was about to move the goalposts down. Are you ready for a run?
I'm ready to do a Slay the Spire run. I started, so you better be ready.
You best believe I already did, yeah.
Oh baby, okay. All right, what am I looking at here early? We got some funky stuff going on. I do wish I had like draw in my deck. So, and by draw, I definitely meant HP gaining cards, which is completely different from draw, to be blunt. But it's good. It's good. Everything about this is it's.
It sounds a lot like you're trying to convince yourself.
I'm convinced that this is good, because it's not good, brother. It's not good. This is the trashiest deck I think I've ever had in Draft Champs. I have no damage.
Can I give you some keys to a kingdom?
What are your kingdom keys?
Where did you start?
I started on the far right path.
Okay, go right.
I was planning on it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
then just,
I was planning on it.
Then just, yeah, enjoy.
I
think that is a position that you will like to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. It's a little scary, but... Oh, it's good. Are we accepting the cards from this?
Yes. Yeah, it's an event.
Okay. Oh, baby. Okay. Yeah, we're in, brother. We are so in.
Yep.
This is so good. Oh, but if the cards are the same, did you get the card that I didn't want to give you?
Oh, I got given no card in that you avoided giving me. What were your choices?
So I just got a claw, which
Yeah.
is huge. But the second one had Crystal Conduit sitting in it. That could have actually been quite good for
Oh
me.
yeah, no, Crystal Conduit is in it, but I don't want Crystal Conduit. I'm not planning
Okay.
on playing around powers at all.
Okay. I just figured the opportunity to make RNG. RNG is a good card, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity to make that possibly do anything of value is intriguing to me, but
It's definitely intriguing. I just don't think it would necessarily actually be that helpful.
yeah, I mean, that's also understandable. Alrighty.
I would like if my
Okay.
only AoE did not come in allotments of 3 per turn.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a little bit frustrating. You know what I would like?
Mm-hmm.
I would like if I didn't have to do all of my damage with necrotic poison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
sorry about that.
it's not great, to be honest. And by not great, I mean like it actually blows big time. But well, we'll make it work, right?
We'll
And
see.
by we, I mean me.
You'll make it work. I trust in you.
We'll see about that. Anyway, Raps, past 7 days, how were they? Were they terrible? Were they great? Did they feel like $1 million? Did they feel like $0.50?
Well, I mean, it's difficult because good things and bad things have happened in the past week, but I don't know if I would be able to surmise it as feeling like $1 million or $0. Let's go with I feel like $1.50. I feel like I'm loose change in the pocket, but I'm usable. There's something you can still do with me. You can still pick up a sausage roll at a quarter store.
I see. Honestly, I think I would consider that pretty okay.
Yeah,
in the end.
no, I also consider it pretty okay. It was a good time. My partner's birthday was on the Friday past. We went out to Korean fried chicken to have a good night together. It was a great time. You a fan of the Korean fried chicken?
I'll be completely blunt with you. I'm not sure I've ever had Korean fried chicken,
Mm-hmm.
but the idea of it, I'm quite intrigued by.
Ooh, it is everything that you want it to be and more. You're,
Yeah.
I imagine you're like familiar with the flavors of like gochujang and your sweet, spicy, little bit salty kind of sticky glaze for a wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it. That's
That's good.
that's the full description of it for you.
Yeah. I'm very okay with that description, and in general the idea of that being a thing that I would consume and put into my mouth.
Mhm.
So
I'm glad that you
It's
would
good.
both consume and put it into your mouth, because it'd
I
be
mean, there's
awkward to
other-
only
it's-
do one of them.
sometimes I photosynthesize. You don't need to judge me for that.
I'm sorry. That's on me.
Yeah, it is actually.
So
This-
did that, and then I've been taking a couple days off since then. A lot of the time when you do this as work, you feel like there's never a good time to take a break, because
For sure.
it always feels like, oh, but I have this one thing that I'm currently working on or is about to be on the horizon, and I'm gonna have to do that, and then I can take a break. And then as soon as you finish the first thing, there's another thing that's like even more important to you. Well, since I finished that, I'll take a break. So I eventually realized that the perfect time was never coming, so I just needed to just take a break. It's been nice.
Yeah.
Spent the entire time playing Wolfenstein, just out here killing Nazis constantly. Good time.
That is indeed a good time. Raps, I'm gonna warn you.
Mm.
It's gonna be a very short video on my end,
Uh-oh.
because I'm definitely going to die on this run.
It-
It's close to impossible for me not to, I think.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's I don't everything that you thought could happen with my deck will never happen with my deck. So,
I'm actually very saddened to hear that.
yeah. It could have been better, but instead it's just incredibly horrible. Just every bit of the idea of this run has been just a pile of ass, and not in a good way.
You hate it when it's not in a good way.
Yeah.
Then about not this run, because that might be the direction to go. How was your last 7 days?
Last 7 days. Let's see. They were okay, to be honest. I would consider them to be a pretty decent last 7 days, actually.
What'd you get up
You
to?
know, there's not a lot, to be blunt. You know, it's a good chunk of, I probably streamed in there at some point, which is always a good time. I definitely recorded a lot of videos. I hung out with family, played some board games. Just in general, had a chill little bit. With quarantine, it's kind of like, I'm constantly inside doing this. So anytime that I'm not sitting at this chair doing this is a good time, and that's, occasionally here and there I don't do this, so it works.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound like a decent time, although a decent time hemmed in by the barriers of what a decent time can be right now.
Yeah, that's a good way to sum it up, to be honest. It's an okay time, as long as you're okay with maybe seemingly not okay things,
Mhm.
right? Does that make like any sense whatsoever?
Yeah, it
Or am
tracks.
okay. I didn't know if I was just talking out of my butt on that one.
What have you been playing recently on stream?
Let's see. I mean, I was doing a little bit of Hitman 2 for a while,
Mhm.
which good game, but it crashes my computer, which is not really ideal for streaming. Besides that, checked out. Let's see, what weird indie games I've been playing. I'm still loving Space Gladiators. I think that game is just ridiculously good, and it's now basically my life mission to force everybody I know to play it. So this is my calling to you of, hey, play Space Gladiators because it's good.
I did download it. Download it. I did specifically send out the request, and I have since downloaded it. Since your last mention of it, I have not had the opportunity to play it yet because, again, I was busy killing Nazis.
I mean that is fair. It's real good, and I for some reason I had decided, I mean about a week ago to be honest, I decided that I was ending my series on it, and then there was just like there were a lot of people rioting, and they were like, "Hey, stupid, don't stop playing that."
Mm-hmm.
And then something else hit me, and I was like, you know what? I'm allowed to play a game that I really enjoy, so I started playing it again, and then the views are picking up again. It's very very enjoyable, and I have to carry this statement on a lot further than I want it to because I have to figure out how the hell reflection actually works in this game so that I do not take damage against myself.
Yeah, I had to fight you as well. It's if they block all of the incoming damage.
Yes.
So
I now have an understanding of that. Yeah. We are good.
Did you know
Dude,
that Bag of Tricks, if you cast it for 0, like you have no energy when casting it, you still get to make a choice. So it's a 0 cost Deadly Poison or a 0 cost 4 ships in hand, 0 cost 10 block, 0 cost draw 3, or 0 cost gain 3 extra energy next turn.
That's a pile of trash, to be honest.
It's a lot better than I thought it was. Although it does mean, like, if I have only 1 energy left, I should just not play that energy on that card. I should play it on something else and then play it with 0 energy. It's a bit weird.
It is weird. What the hell is this attack? Oh, it's a claw. Son of a gun. Ah! Oh, I hate this guy so much.
So, Space Gladiators, any other indies recently that have kind of stood out?
Oh, baby, is there an indie that has stood out to me and has basically consumed a lot of the wholesome verse at this point? Shapes.io, brother.
I still am not.
Game.
I'm still not on board. I'll be honest. I saw that Jonas uploaded a video about it this morning, I believe, like the most relaxing game. I was gonna watch that as my like intro for what this is.
I can reassure you. So I spent I think about 3.5 hours last night with Jonas streaming that game on in the background while I worked on some stuff, and I might have enjoyed just watching it even more than playing it at that point.
Ooh, so what you're saying is I don't have to play it.
That is not what I said. But
pretty sure it's a direct quote.
It's a strange game. Like I'm not going to deny it is not for everybody. But it just has something, and I don't even know what the something is because it shouldn't really have that something, because basically, I mean, I will be the one to straight up say it. It's Factorio if you take out a lot of the features of Factorio that people actually enjoy. Which I know sounds like it would be bad, but for some reason, the idea of a Factorio that doesn't have basically Factorio that doesn't have enemies or resource collection or anything like that. It's an incredibly peaceful game that is just super easy to sit down and play, and I love it. Like, I don't know why, but I adore the damn game.
Do you think that's it's possible that like the appeal of more tranquil kind of calming games is increased in times that are pretty turbulent, like the moment?
Yeah, dude, I think it's a big part of it, to be blunt, because I think it's just the fact that I can sit down and the fact, I mean, look, I'm gonna peel back the fourth layer a little bit. The fact that it's getting YouTube views as that kind of game, which does not happen often, is making me enjoy it even more in that sense, because it's, I'm actually able to, I've got a game that is outside of my wheelhouse normally that people are really enjoying, which is, it's a strange one for me, but it's obviously a good one. But I don't know. It's just, it's the perfect balance of, I think really the best way to word it is it's the perfect balance of a mindless game that if you want to make it super brainy, you can.
Mhm.
If you want to have it be mindless, you can. If you want to literally turn it into art, you can. Like, there's just a lot of different ways to play it, and like all of them are totally acceptable, and all of them are like good ways to play it that are fun and inviting, and it's just good. I like it. So there's my TED talk. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, thank you. I'm going to very quickly tell you before the comments do. I reloaded a shop so that I could remove a card before upgrading cards, because I forgot to remove the card first.
Gotcha. You know what? I think I'll forgive you.
I appreciate
just
that, because
this
the
once.
comment section is gonna. I guarantee you, everyone's gonna say that I cheated.
Yeah, they'll scream. Yeah,
Oh, naturally.
yeah.
So-
But I mean, we kind of expect them to scream. So
I
It's
see.
okay.
I understand, like, there is like a common sentiment among YouTubers, and I even got this from my housemate. It's like I loaded up the comment section on YouTube, like my own like dashboard comment section, and he was like, "Why are you reading the YouTube comments?" And I'm like, "Because I gotta. It's my job. I have to." And like I know that YouTube comments have like that kind of like bad image. But really, like, with the amount of different filters and kind of like specific words that I'm like, if you're using this word, you're probably not here to engage in like a reasonable discussion, so I'm not going to even see that comment.
yeah,
After instituting all of that kind of stuff, I can just hang out in my own YouTube comments. It's fine. I've managed to kind of disband that. I think like the distance that some creators put between themselves and their comment section occasionally makes the comment section feel like they're screaming into the void when they have something they want to share. And if you're more present, and if you do the kinds of things that like NL just started doing recently as well, like responding to more comments and hearting more comments and stuff like that, and Rito and I have been doing that for a while, that people kind of like they feel like they are talking to the person, so they kind of feel less inclined to be aggressive.
yeah. I mean, dude, I pretty wholeheartedly agree with you on that. And it's something I make fun of my comment section, but as a whole, my comment section is actually really quite okay. But I think that you're right that a lot of making your comment section okay is legitimately putting effort into making your comment section okay.
Mhm.
And it's funny because I'll just yell at my comment section and be like, "Hey, don't be an ass, or I'm not gonna upload this kind of video." Like, I do the stupid Isaac top 10s, which are, it's stereotypical high octane YouTube content, right? It's their stereotypical countdown list that gets a lot of views kind of thing, but people really enjoy them, and people are constantly asking, when's the next top 10, when's the next top 10. But the issue is top 10s are like, people get very, very toxic in the comment sections, because if you don't put what they think is the best possible scenario, then they're gonna murder you in your sleep, kind of thing. And so I'll tell them, I'm like, here's a top 10, but if you are mean, you don't get another one in the future. And it's like I'm a freaking dad talking to his kid, but it works. And like, I think that by doing that early on, it's kind of helped to it's helped to create a better better comment section moving forward, because it's some of my more popular videos that have those kinds of warnings in them, and I don't know, it works in the end.
Yeah, I do think like people just like lose track of the fact that the people that like the media that they're engaging with online that is direct from a content creator versus the media they engage with online that is from like a studio has a very, very different level of ownership over it. And the way that you might respond to one is not necessarily the same way that you should respond to another. Map Scout? No, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, I agree. Raps, where are you out on the floor?
I am just before the second boss.
What? Oh, Lord. Okay, well. That's a funny joke, brother.
Yeah, I'm throwing down the atom bomb on turn 1 constantly. I have Bag of Marbles as well, so everyone's vulnerable for it. And I also have Mutagenic Strength for 3 extra strength on turn 1, and Onion Ring for 3 extra strength on turn 1. So I'm just nuking people for 121 plus 31, 152 damage on turn 1.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm fighting the first boss right now. Yeah. I mean,
Oh no.
Does it really need much else? Anything else I need to say there besides? Yeah, it's a little bit of a yikes, brother.
It seems like one.
Yeah. I would say the run is going not good. Is my best way of wording it. I also don't think I've flawlessed a single elite. Definitely am not flawlessing this boss. It's, you know, it's no biggie. I mean, life is as good as it can be, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're just.
It's always a good time hanging out and playing with you, bud.
Big. It's just a big old happy world, Raps. Big old happy world.
Ooh, I mean, I'm generating 7 energy on the turn before I use RNG and stuff like that. This is actually kind of working out well. Bag of Tricks is so good.
So happy to hear that. Alrighty. Yeah, it's funny because there are very, very small moments where I'm like, it friggin' works. And then like for every one moment where it works, I'm like, it don't work at all. So
yeah.
It's just I have a lot of cards that I want to play, but they just I can't play them at all.
Mm-hmm. Have you yet gone to a shop and tried to pick up something to help?
No. So I basically, the route that I took didn't really have a shop to begin with. And then I also somehow ended up with 2 mob banks. So I'm kind of just cruising with the fact that I'm getting 1.5 billion gold right now and hoping that that can in some way just like bring me to the finish line and I'll buy my life away in the nearby future. That's my goal, but it's not going to work. So.
I don't know. I hope it works out for you.
It could work. I'm gonna prioritize shops on this floor and see where that takes me. I have survived, by the way, so that's good.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Bronze Automaton is about to use the Hyper Beam move, but oh no. Oh god, it's not even a Hyper Beam move turn yet. I have Mayhem playing all of the X-Cos cards and the Atom Bombs and the Bludgeons from the top of my deck, which is very much confusing me.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of regretting some of the card choices that I decided to give you. But I'm also, I mean, I'm gonna be real, there's a part of me that's kind of like, I don't know. I think I'm still pretty happy with the drafted cards I gave to you. It's just I'm not happy with the cards that were given to me, I think.
I gotta be honest, you did have like the hands that you got given to draft from oftentimes, or more often at least than mine, had 3 pretty good options, whereas a lot of the time I had 1 good option and 2 trash options, and I had the ability to choose what was the worst one for you.
Yeah. I did pick up on that, believe it or not. Not great in the end.
Well, I can tell you that there has been no Snecko-Eye.
That, honestly, that is the only saving grace. That just gave me a good amount of happiness to hear. Because I was quite afraid that, because I'll just be blunt, I kind of forgot that Snecko was a thing that existed in the game. And knowing that I could have basically just given you the win entirely free, that would have made me very sad. So I'm happy to hear that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Nothing of the sort has happened. Floor 4 has made very clear to me that I am only good in non-AoE fights. Turn 1, I atom bomb someone, and then the other friends kill me. So it's not exactly a great time.
Not the best. Yeah, not the best. I have a deck of 1 million draw and 1 million draw and 1 million energy, and no cards that I can spend any of them on. It's one of the strangest situations I've ever been in this game.
Ouch.
Like, I can have upwards of all of the energy that I ever need every single turn. I have 5 energy right now and no cards to play with it. I just have never seen this kind of run in Slay the Spire ever.
Yeah, that's a deck that's calling out for some draw.
It is calling out for help and not getting any is what it's calling out for. The shop we're about to be rejuvenated and regenerated right here.
You finally spending the life savings?
Yes. Tungsten Rod is so friggin' good for me, I can't even begin to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it good for me. That is just absurdly good. Wow. Holy wow, is that good. Okay.
I think I might get rid of RNG.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's up against Mayhem and Backstab in the Falling event, so I have to get rid of one of them. And the Backstab is 31 damage on turn 1 for 0 energy. It's too much to get rid of.
Yeah, that's a little... I would struggle to want to get rid of that, too.
I do love when we fight both you and I on these runs.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, dude. I mean, we just had a rejuvenation, regeneration occur here. I don't know if it's gonna... Could end up being a little spicy. I don't know, dude. I might have just found the friggin' keys to the kingdom.
No keys.
Yeah, this is the weirdest thing. All of it. Tungsten Rod has saved my run, dude. I can play weight training for free every single time. It's so good.
That is good, but do you have ways to translate that into damage?
I mean, as long as I have a couple of damage cards. The problem is, like, if I'm hitting for a lot of damage, then automatically that's better than what I was doing before. Because I had no strength and no damage before. So it kind of... I'm sitting prettier than I was before. That's all I care about.
I'm glad to hear it, at least.
I think you're still going to murder me in this run, but...
Possibly. The Rhapsodic Hoarder was very mean to me.
Yeah, I think you're going to be fine. Knowing the way I'm playing, you're going to be A-okay, brother. You'll be A-okay.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but it seems more a vote of a vote of pessimism in yourself than a vote of confidence in me.
That's a good way to word it, for sure. Alrighty. Sure.
Ooh, Enlightenment! Do I even want Enlightenment?
You probably want Enlightenment, thinking about it.
I don't know, like the only card, like, because the Atom Bomb gets played on turn 1, and Exhaust, so the only card that it actually is good for is for Bludgeon after that, and I'm actually kind of like floating energy a lot of the time. I don't think I need it.
That's interesting.
I do have Cornship though, and there's a thing called Brewmaster, which is just obtain a random potion at the start of each round. I think I'll take that.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad to be able to play with some of these cards again, because it's been a while. And a half.
Oh, such a good mod.
Extremely
very
agreed.
good mod. I'll tell you what, dude. Abandon is a really interesting card. And a very interesting card for my deck.
I've always avoided using Abandon. How's it working out for you?
I would argue it's one of the most important cards in my deck. So, it's quite unique.
Would you like to go through it, specifically tell us what it is, what it does, and how you're using it?
So Abandon is basically exhaust up to 3 cards, draw a card for each, added days to my discard pile, and it can be played 4 times, essentially, and it's ethereal. But with Uncanny Aura, I have a synergy with the Dazes. Then being able to exhaust cards, I have Splinters, which is basically an auto-regenerating curse. So I'm able to exhaust a lot of them as I go. It has a lot of synergies with what I have going on here, so it's working well for me.
I'm glad to hear it. I think this giant head fight is going to be pretty rough, but I ultimately should be okay. Yikes.
Did you take Curse Key?
I did not. I went for Corn Chip.
Interesting. I'm not even sure Corn Chip was in my thing.
No, it wasn't. You'd probably call it Sacred Bark, but here over in the Republic, we call it a Corn Chip.
I know what Corn Chip is. I've been around you long enough to know what the Corn Chip is. I don't think it was there.
Oh, right. It should have been, for me, it was Corn Chip, Cursed Key, and the, I think the Runic Dome.
Okay, it might have been there. I think I saw Cursed Key.
Wait, no. Wait, hang on. No, you just beat the first boss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was Philosopher's Stone and Cursed Key and...
Okay.
I can't remember the last one. I think it was bad. No, it was Ring of Chaos. It was Ring of Chaos. And it's bad for us because we don't get that many card options.
Yep. You're 100% correct. That is exactly what it was. Okay. Just a weird run, dude. Cause my run is like surprisingly good now. It's just it's long as hell. I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I'm gonna decide the decision I want to go with this. I could now just take the wax seal and give myself 5 curses if I wanted to, which would get me the stuffed modifier because I have the Darkstone Periapts, and it would also get me a collector's as well as curses. But I just have to carry 5 curses if I want to do that. Do I want to do that?
I would pay a lot of money to have 5 curses right now.
We'll have good news about a shop next floor.
Yeah. I'm about to smoke bomb out of an elite and it hurts.
Oh, the value. I'll be honest, I've left the wax seal where I found it, and I am leaving.
Interesting.
It's just not something I felt I could do.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens.
Like, it felt like if I was going to do that, I was going to take damage against the final boss, and I'd rather keep Beyond Perfect.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Backstab. Atom Bomb. I can almost kill the Nemesis on turn 1. Almost. Oh, no, wait, never mind, I can.
Weird deck. Happy to hear. Said nobody ever, except for me. I'm happy to see that you're having success with basically the deck that I gave you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Frankly, as far as I'm concerned, this is half my victory, but also half yours. You drafted half of these cards. I just played them.
Yeah. Not a great way to think about it in my eyes, but... Oh, baby, this is good. This is so good. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Just added 3, basically 3 0-cost attacks to my deck.
Ooh.
Spicy. Very happy to see it.
That'll do some solid work for you.
It's gonna do a lot of solid work for me. I am quite excited.
Honestly, this mutagenic strength with the onion ring, like having 6 strength on turn 1, especially for the silent, is so good.
Yeah. I took mutagenic strength. I did not take onion ring though.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up buying tungsten rod and then I bought guidebook in there just to get some card upgrades because I've basically been spending all of my rest sites doing just resting.
Mm-hmm. I really like the guidebook
dead
as well.
Yeah, it's an okay relic. It was cheap too, which is beneficial. All right, I'm finally gonna be fighting second boss here in a second. Which I know you're like, what the hell took you this long? But
no, I'm instead thinking, I hope you do well against the second boss.
You're such a kind soul.
So take this. Oh, your potions are now more potent. You can now brew at rest sites. I have that as well as the sacred bark. So a single block potion now gains 36 block.
That's pretty good.
Uh-huh. It might be enough to
pretty good.
Get me through the awakened one without really actually having to have any block in my deck.
Yeah.
which is going to be necessary because I don't really have any block in my deck.
So I will say the one card that you gave me that has actually become a vital piece of my deck here, that Might was surprisingly good. So Might is for X turns, your attacks deal 25% more damage. I'm ending a lot of my turns with 5-6 energy, so I can just pop that, and then basically I always have 25% more damage now.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I'm really glad to hear that's working out for you.
It was surprisingly good. I might be dead to Bronze Automaton here.
I just used the 36 block potion. I just used the 36 block potion to block for 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That hurts even more, to be honest.
Yeah, that hurt all my bits.
I am so stupid.
You okay?
I just lost my flawless on Bronze Automaton because I basically misclicked. So that's good.
Sorry to hear it. In the second round in a row, I used another block potion for 1 when it's 36 just to keep the perfect.
Jesus.
Ow. I wonder if it still counts as a perfect fight after Atom Bomb goes off.
Oh wow, yeah, I have no idea actually. That's an interesting one. That is clearly something that I have never once thought could even be a thing. So that does make sense.
I hope it's fine.
I would imagine that poison to yourself does not affect the flawless, is my bet.
You'd imagine, but we'll have to see how it actually works out.
That's true.
Ooh, I actually got reflection here, so oh nice! I got the awakened one to kill itself. Although now I just have to basically hold for a turn as I wait for the awakened one to come back to life so I can hit him again. Let's burn Iron Wave.
Oh, yikes. Many yikes. Oh my lord, please stop this game.
Just yiking itself out of this generation.
I just ate the 51 to the face with only 9 blocks, so feeling good.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real pain hour right there.
Yeah.
Cool header. Okay, that's enough defense.
I have survived, so that's good.
Extremely glad to hear it. I feel like I am probably going to take up the commentary banner in just a moment after this. It's just I'm finishing up the final fight.
Snecko skills. What a weird one.
Yeah, it can be very, very useful. But
what a weird one.
But you do, I mean, if you're running a discard deck as well, you can prioritize the ones that you play and try and discard the right ones. Can work out pretty well for you.
Right. I took Corn Chip.
Yeah. It's I did entertain the notion of going for the Runic Dome, but when you're trying to specifically land those perfects, it's just real rough.
Yeah. I agree. I'm finally on the 3rd floor.
Ooh, okay. Yep. That the poison does not prevent that.
Well, you know what? We know for the future draft champs, right?
So we do. I actually really liked this way of doing the draft. I will say
it was fun.
Very, very clearly, as much as I can, you got straight up screwed on the draft packs.
Oh yeah.
But regardless, I see the potential in it when you don't get like the 0.01 and I get the 99.1 effect, 99.9 effectively.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we'll see what people say. You know, good time comment section. If you are still listening, then please let us know whether or not this was a good way of doing draft champs, so we know for the future. But
and of course, any other suggestion for a different way that especially isn't too onerous on Alexa to work outside of the hours of doing this are particularly
Yeah.
interesting ideas as well. Also, because I skipped over it when I was describing the last week, yesterday morning, the builders came. We have the agents for our property are awful. They're just tragically bad. We've been here 6 months, and like the shower screen for our ensuite bathroom is like broken. And it's been broken this whole time, and we've been just constantly telling them about and like there are doors in the house that just don't work, and we've been constantly telling them about and it's just like, and constantly their response have just been effectively, yeah, we'll get to it. So now 6 months later, they're actually getting around to some of the stuff. I don't know if I told you at the time, or if this is just exclusively a stream story, but did I tell you that the doorknob for my studio, like my recording room, was broken?
The doorknob.
The doorknob. So the doorknob on the inside had completely come off, and the thread for how to like screw it back on was completely worn down, so it would not sit on there. So effectively, the doorknob became a key that I would have to pick up and then insert into the doorknob hole, rotate, and then it would come back out, and I'd put it back down. Now, if anyone came into my room and took the doorknob out of the room, I would not be able to ever leave.
Nice.
Literally impossible. I've been locked in here before because Peek's like coming to say something and then picked up the doorknob to leave and just held it in his hand as he left. And I'm like, okay, I'm locked in, I guess. Now, what happened is yesterday morning, they came and they fixed it. Great. Loved it. Everything's good about that. After that, I came into my room to sit down and record an episode of Curse of the Dead Gods. And then I got up to leave, and I spent a full 5 minutes looking for a doorknob that was on the door.
Nice.
I was so used to having to look for it as a key in order to leave that I just locked myself in my room for an extra 5 minutes for no reason whatsoever. And I keep doing it, is the thing. I know that it's there, but I guarantee after this session, I'm going to try and go out and I'm going to try and say hello to Pete, because like he'll be starting his day around now. And I will spend at least 40 seconds. I'm just trying to trim the time down constantly, like a speedrunner, just trying to get down to like the door percent. I am going to spend a fair, decent period of time trying to find that doorknob.
Wow.
This is going to be my life from here on out. Every single door that I encounter.
That's pretty bad. I cannot deny that is pretty bad. I can't say I've ever been missing a doorknob before.
Can I tell you the agent as well? Sorry, this is my favorite response of his, because like the rest of the responses aren't fun. Like, you know, him yelling at my partner because we said, hey, some stuff needs to be fixed. You know, not good. Don't be in property management, please. But the one that I really loved is Peek was putting in a complaint about the stove because the stove doesn't work.
Yeah.
And his response was, I mean, you don't cook often, do you?
What? That's a horrendous response.
My man! Pete cooks.
That's a really bad response.
On average, like 2 times a day. Like, he makes the big meals for the house, and obviously will cook for himself in mid-times as well. Like, oh my god. He couldn't have picked a worse person to say it to as well. Like, I cook occasionally. Jeremy cooks if he's about to starve to death. But Peek cooks constantly. I honestly think they only gave us the place because they were like, these guys are uni students. They're not going to kick up a fuss. But, you know.
No, that's pretty bad. I can't deny. It's very bad.
How have your experiences been with property managers?
So I mean, I've lived in one apartment, and not bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing that bad, right? The only thing was, and it's documented on camera now, but they used to come at horrendous times to fix things. So the one time I had basically my toilet it wasn't like leaking, but it would just like run forever after you flush it.
Very familiar.
And I knew the issue and could have just fixed it myself.
It's the seal in the the basin, right? Is worn down.
It was no, it was actually
System, sorry.
it had to do with how like a piece of the little doohickey that flushes the toilet,
Uh-huh.
a piece of it was chipped, so it would sometimes like not go down all the way, and then it was creating like a small gap. But neither here nor there.
Mhm.
In the end, they came to fix it in the middle of one of my Hat and Time streams, and that resulted in the infamous Hat and Time stream that the title on YouTube is when the guy fixes my toilet, which was fine. It was a good experience, and I had a fun time. So
I mean,
it works
honestly, at that rate, they just sent him around at the time that he would be able to help you create content. You've unofficially collabed with the plumber.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a solid collab.
It's a strange collaboration with the plumber. That's a great way to word it.
How goes your Act 3?
Dude, it picked up, to be honest with you. In no way, shape, or form will I win, and it's still a horrendous run. But it picked up. I now have 7 curses in my deck, and I still have Highlander and Pauper.
I'll tell you, I didn't get curses. That's 100 that I straight up did not compete for.
Yeah, except you, like, how many bosses you flawless?
I flawless all of the bosses, but it's worth noting that like it's 50 per flawless of a boss and an extra 50 if you flawless them all. That's not like half of all of the perfects in the game equals 1 curses bonus. Curses is real good.
That makes me feel better. But I mean, I'll also say that like I definitely oh god, this is a bad idea. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hey, except it's still not good. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I did not do quite enough flawlessing of pretty much everything to have this work out for me in a positive way in the end, but I am hoping that it will turn around. One thing that has been a huge help is that I got Funnel, which I finished turn with a lot of energy, so my block is now automatically very good now.
Yeah. Funnel is really, really huge for you.
It's an amazing, amazing relic, like all the time anyway. And I have loved having it.
Did you also pick up the Sundial last floor?
I did get Sundial.
Nice.
Which is also useful.
I don't know. But, it seems like your deck very suddenly came into its own. What are you using as your damage engine at the moment?
So basically, my damage comes from Pommel Strike. I mean, these are literally the only attacks in my hand. Pommel Strike, Beam Cell, Sweeping Beam, and Anger. And then I have a Rebound that I barely use. And I have a Claw, but the Claw doesn't ramp up. Where things get interesting is that I have 2 weight trainings. I have 2 weight trainings. Oh, yeah, son of a gun.
That's not Highlander.
Forgot oh, crap.
Do you still have an opportunity to remove it?
No. I'm on my final elite-ish area of play. I forgot I picked up another weight training. Oops.
That's okay.
Not great.
That happened to me. Was it 2 ago where I picked up a second skewer or something?
Yeah, you know what? I remember that. Oh well. I don't think. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead, but I'm I'm very close to it. I'm 3 HP right now.
It's always such it's such a roller coaster hearing you describe these runs, because you will very convincingly say that you are dead, and then a couple seconds later that you're not dead, a couple seconds later that you have won, and then you'll be dead again like a couple seconds after. It's especially the Marissa run kept jumping back and forth between all of them, and I never knew when to believe you.
Yeah, well, the Marissa run was a straight mess like 95% of the time. But yeah, I mean, this is a dicey situation. I hate friggin' Mr. Grim Reaper boy with his intangibility can go straight to the depths of hell and back for all I care.
Yeah, back. It's interesting to think back to like your first couple episodes in a game, but then I remember that these episodes were actually like between 50 and 100. So like I'm thinking of, oh yeah, back when I was new to the game, but it's still like a couple hundred hours in the game at that point.
Yeah.
I had a trilogy of videos in a row of just like the Nemesis's name in different fonts and different types because I just kept dying to the Nemesis every single episode. Now it's been, God, hundreds of episodes since I died to a Nemesis.
Yeah. I mean, he's a real son of a gun. It's mainly for the flawlesses. Like, he's a difficult boyo to flawless.
Definitely can be, especially in that second cycle because you're gonna have a lot of burns in your deck.
Yeah. Oh god, dude, this is. I'm not gonna risk that one. Nope. Fighting Writhing Mass and just trying to predict what the hell he's doing when you're on 3 health is a little. Could be better.
I mean, do you want another curse?
No, I do not need any more curses. Trust me.
Oftentimes.
I'm dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now I'm actually dead.
Okay.
Because he managed to hit me for a little bit. I mean, you beat me, but yeah.
I'm gonna say, is your score above 1400?
No. Yeah. Yeah. 784. My deck sucked. It came to at the end, but it was very too bad at the beginning to really matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll do it to you.
Yeah.
I really liked the kind of spice that the RTS cards added in here. Bag of Tricks was like a huge part of my run.
Yeah, they're very good. We'll continue to slip them in the future, right?
We'll have to. Of course, the future will include the episode next week. Good segue right there. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. His name's been Alexa. There are links in the description down below to all of our content on this game together, past, present, and future, as well as a link to the channel that you are not currently watching on. So you've continued the Space Gladiators series. Have you got any other current daily running series that you'd like to mention?
Dude, daily no, but Space Gladiators, Minecraft 1.16, ultra hardcore, basically roguelite mode in a sense. Very fun. Terraria, if that's something you're into. I'm definitely not, but I'm still doing it. And just a lot of other stuff too, right?
So what exactly is the specific idea? Because you said ultra hardlight roguelike mode. So I know you're doing a Nether update run where you start in the Nether and you're trying to survive there.
Yeah. So basically, I'm in the Nether. My goal is to make it out of the Nether. So basically, that requires finding the obsidian needed to make a portal, and then escaping. The issues are that obsidian does not naturally spawn in the Nether. The Nether can't have water, so you can't really make your own obsidian in the Nether. There's no ore except for gold, so I can't really get diamonds to mine obsidian in the Nether. So it's basically I gotta find it in random fortresses and things like that, as well as there's new mobs that you can trade with in the Nether, and they have a chance to give you obsidian. But then on top of it, since I'm playing on ultra hardcore, I don't have natural health regeneration. So once I get hit, I am permanently down that heart forever, more or less.
Wait. So it's reducing your max health, or just because there aren't that many opportunities to find healing sources in the Nether?
Basically, the only sources of healing in the game that can affect ultra hardcore are golden apples, beacons, and health potions, and all 3 of those are not accessible to me while being in the Nether. So,
yikes! That sounds sounds like a real rough time, but interesting as well.
Yeah, like I took 1 heart of fall damage, and it's just like a permanent stain.
I restart runs or rather, I used to restart runs in Isaac when I'd lose like the first half of my first spirit heart or something like that. I'm like, that's lost value. Yep. I can see forever that's lost value, so I gotta hold R until the next run. So I cannot imagine the mental strain that puts you under. But it does sound like a very interesting kind of format for another Minecraft series.
Dude, it is. I said this in the video. I've recorded a lot of videos. I've had a lot of stressful moments. It is 30 minutes of a heart attack every single episode.
Do you have to like beat yourself up to go and get ready to actually record it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's just because like you know that just one slip into lava and the series is over. And like I've done at the time that I'm recording this 3 episodes, and I died in episode 2 already because I was under the assumption that a fire resistance potion can protect me from falling into lava, and I decided to just go cannonball from a very high place into the lava, but lava does not negate fall damage in Minecraft, so I fell to my death. So now I'm on run 2 of this, and it's already going like significantly better, but it's still like, you know, you hear a skeleton and you go into fight or friggin' flight, like, because one arrow is like, you know, 4 hearts down on you forever. So it's fun. It's a good time.
That sounds intensely stressful to play, but incredibly interesting to watch. That again, linked in the description down below at the Alexa channel if you're seeing on mine, or it's already on Alexa's channel if you're watching on Alexa's channel, so go watch it! Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.